on all cylinders. Alarm has found Dogman across the map more times than not. So just head to head, we do have ATL, some of the individual members losing those battles.
And so the other player that we actually haven't mentioned much of, unless he was on Pharah, was Niced on that DPS. You know, the thing is like with goats being so strong in the meta, we don't see those actions like the DPS, the Pharahs, the McCrees, the 76s, but Nice has been on Mei and Pharah for the majority of this match so far, and it seems to be working out for him. As Sugarfree going to be the one on the Pharah coming from Atlanta Academy, we're also going to be running that Hanzo, not just for the Sonic Arrow.
No, Saucy going to be trying to show who's boss right here with that Hanzo. Nice though, positioned already on the high ground, looking to pepper in a little bit of early damage. Fusion University likely expecting the goats, and so they'll use the wall to cut off that main tank from the rest of the team. But now Nice gonna have to find another way to make himself useful. Yeah,
Gator is on that wrecking ball as well, someone that we haven't seen much of. But here on Hanamura, there's a lot of environment to work on. We're gonna see some pagoda grinding from Atlanta Academy, that is for sure. Fusion University gonna maintain some presence on the point as Chongsik has decided to take the doorway, and it's going to push Atlanta Academy back. They're deciding exactly how they want to do this still.
Yeah, Atlanta Academy holding their hand right here, and Nice is actually going to be the first one to get the ult, not the Pharah as you would expect. And now when Atlanta Academy actually does put some bodies on the objective, they have to be watching out, careful with this Blizzard.
Yeah, Hawk is going to be looking to eat that up. But wow, with Tornar going down, Nice ultimate needs to be a huge one. Elk also has that nano. Oh, and a great conk mine from Sugarfree. That is the boop if I've ever seen one. And now with the rocket barrage on the back of some wings. Hey, we talked about clipped wings. These are some good ones
These
here.
Are from Sugar-Free wings.
Yeah, the Pegasus type of wings, you know? Like just huge and muscular, you know.
Made of pure aspartame. That's how he flies so light, man. And
Sugar-free, I like it.
Yeah. And so surprising at only 10 years old. Right? I've heard he's the youngest player in the region, right? Some really incredible stuff. And now he's going to be looking to go again with this Brigida. ATL swapping off that comp for that Brawly Point B fight. Fusion University wisely, I would say, holding on to this Mei. You never quite know when you need a Blizzard to clear that space. And Elk sticking with this Ana as well.
And so Fusion University going to use that wall. Doesn't really seem to sow that much discord into Atlanta Academy. They're going to have to jump down, make sure those cabs are working. Going to get 90% of that blow from the top side. The Blizzard is going to come out, not get anybody within it, but it's going to cut the map in half. So Fusion University going to use that Transcendence a little late. Elk is going back to spawn, but so is Dogman. So this is a 5v5, and when you have even numbers on a defensive point, Fusion University are going to be in charge here of this defense. Self-destruct not going to get anything, but Chongsik is knocked down onto the low ground, so they're not going to have that Reinhardt for a little longer, but that doesn't seem to matter as the rest of Atlanta Academy are going to stay on this high ground, though. They got the picks. Gator is back at spawn with that Earthshatter. Finally, Fusion University are making sure this defense does go through.
Yeah, that was crucial for Alarm to pick up Saucy right there, because ATL, as per this team we've come to love and know, they're classic. They're going to try and re-attack, even down a member. So cutting away Saucy, cutting away that crucial Zarya DPS meant that Fusion University would finally be comfortable in their defense here. And now they will have that Earthshatter and the Graviton Surge as well. That's even better when you have ultimates. ATL, though, will have that Rally and the Earthshatters to see what they can make of it. They really seem to like these long, brawly fights, so Saucy as well, probably going to have a grab before everything's said and done.
Yeah, and Atlanta Academy wants to get these quick picks to get that numbers presence on to the objective. Earthshatter's going to follow and counter that Graviton Surge. Nice is going to be the only one that falls onto the ground. Sugarfree, though, going to be the first victim of this fight. Fusion University have that 6v5 that they want here on defense. The rest of Atlanta Academy are running their little drumsticks off. I like the chicken things going on. Drumsticks going off and running away.
I think that's Kentucky Fried Chicken. That's another state.
Okay.
Anyways, Fusion University looking very strong there. That early pick onto Sugarfree, we've seen it so many times before. If Brigida falls and then the rest of the team, you have such a disadvantage. You're probably going to lose that fight. Good news, though, is ATL didn't invest any more ultimates here. Dogman now going to have a transfer this very next fight. Elk wisely repositioning into this corner by spawn that Anas all know and love as ATL make their drop off of the high ground.
He's got that nano boost as well. Fusion University have an ultimate advantage. They're going to use the sound barrier to start things off, and it looks like the nano boost is going to come off as well. Chongsik going to be hammering through the rest of Atlanta Academy, only going to be getting that Earthshatter, not a lot of kills. Discord Orb is on Chongsik, so he's going to be taking some extra damage. The shield dash was there, but there was no confirmation on any other ultimates from Atlanta Academy. So Earthshatter is going to grab a 4, but the Transcendence from Fusion University are going to keep the rest of Fusion University alive. Atlanta Academy will be the first member to fall, and that would be Gator. Nice getting that kill in at the end. And look at this. Nice is on the Diva. Bernar's on that Zarya. The Graviton Surge now coming from Bernard. Is going to try to lock things up for Fusion University. They got those 2 kills. Atlanta Academy making it interesting, though, particularly with Dogman getting that kill, but the spawns are for Fusion.
Excuse me. Even though you would say Atlanta looking so good right here, they were able to trade evenly back and forth, but this is Hanamura point B, folks. We cannot forget that here on the offense, one of your kills, you need to get like 3 or 4 of them to be worth one of the defensive kills. The advantage is so incredibly strong for Fusion University, so just evening things out is not enough for ATL, and they're going to have to come at it with no ultimates to their name here. Fusion University, the same could be said for them, so it's a fairly even fight.
Yeah, Atlanta Academy, remember, are undefeated on Assault, so, you know, they got to be feeling pretty good about their chances, but now with 2.5 minutes, though, it's now starting to time to, like, hey, we got to make things happen. We got to take our win conditions into our own hands, and Sugar Free does just that by getting the kill onto Chong 6, so Atlanta Academy have a 6v4, but things are evened up just a little bit with Dogman going back to spawn. Gator's going to use their Earth Shatter, get Alarm onto the ground. The pin is there and will connect on it to the pillar on the outside on the left, but Bernard going to get the kill onto Ajax. I love what they're doing here, but Fusion University nice onto that Diva. Bernard on that Zarya. You know, you did mention that Bernard does have a good Zarya in that back pocket. We're seeing exactly why right now as Fusion University do get another defense.
Yeah, that, oh man, again, things looking so good for Atlanta Academy. I thought surely Gator was going to charge off the edge of the map, but no, he actually manages to find not only a pillar, but he gets the pin kill. However, that meant that ATL was fighting on the objective with those good defensive respawns for Fusion University without their main tank. And that was unfortunately a loss that they could not come back from. So Gator, even though he charged back onto the playing field, Fusion University had already whittled down his backline.
Very good point, my friend, as we're going to see the rally from Sugar Free start things off. That means they're going to try to make some things happen. But the rally on the other side, Fusion University, everyone's going to have even footing right now. Damage mitigation going both ways. Saucy has that Graviton Surge. Bernard very far away from that. Saucy's going to go ahead and throw it. Bernard going to get help with that particle barrier, but that's not going to be enough. The self-destruct coming from the sky, not going to get anything, but Sugar Free going to get the first kill here from Bernard. 65 for Atlanta Academy. Sound barrier now from Atlanta Academy. They're going to invest everything into this. With a minute left, this might be their only opportunity to get this point. Gator close to that Earth Shatter as well. That might be what they need to seal things up. Fusion University, though, are maintaining their presence on this point right now. We got some sleeping members, but it doesn't seem to convert into any kills. Ajax very low. Nice very low. Is the DMAC going to happen? Yes, it will.
Just now getting that first tick. ATL, though, with a big shatter from Gator. Throws Snillo down onto his back. There's going to be 2 members gone from this defense now. This has to be the biggest grab Bernard has ever lobbed. He's going to have to try and confirm these kills without the help of Alarm right here. And while he still lives, he won't do so for much longer as ATL, with a few seconds to their name, finish out Hanamura.
Yeah, we see exactly why they're so good at Assault there. They did not freak out. They used the patience, and they ended up winning it out in the end. Atlanta Academy do get 2 points here on Hanamura. Fusion University are going to get a chance to attack next.
Yeah, oh, just look at that control from Sugar
beautiful.
Free and a 3K barrage. You don't see that nowadays.
You know, it's good to see sometimes, but you know, there's something that's so magical to me about the mirror. Like, it's like it is skill based, right? Everyone's on the same characters. You know, both teams have rally. We're on even footing, and now it's all about our decision making being better than yours. Yeah,
and I mean the choice to solo grab, I believe it was Bernard on the Zarya for Fusion University.
Yes,
the choice to
stairs,
solo grab him, and the Alarm's trance just a second too late. That was a key turning point for ATL. Split second decision, and it was for the better. And you can see why they're so comfortable here on Assault.
With teams this good, split seconds might be all that they give in terms of opportunity, and you got to identify that very, very quickly. It's like those people who understand how quick just a single right click on a defense matrix is, right? They can time that out.
Fluttering your matrix, as the poets call it.
Nice, nice. That's very nice. And so Fusion University do know that they have to get both points, but with only 28 seconds left for Atlanta Academy, you know, Atlanta Academy wants a little bit more in their time bank.
Yeah, they would certainly be hoping for, you know, maybe a couple of do-overs, but their defense, they're hoping will be absolutely solid. They are running the ATL special an aspartame sugar-free Bastion right here with Gator on the Orisa, Saucy on the Widowmaker, Dogman back on that Ana that we know and love him for, and Ajax taken to the skies. But Fusion University, you know, probably, definitely, having watched the VODs, expecting something like this, coming out with that shield break. Nice Pharah and Snillo on that Hanzo, going to be trying to set up something of a crossfire so that that mono-directional Orisa shield not going to be quite enough cover.
Yeah, Nice and Elk are going to be pretty vulnerable in the sky to the Widowmaker, and you know, that might be why we're seeing some changes here, is we're going to be seeing Alarm on Moira.
Very interesting. You could get that early power spike, get that coalescence through, and that will help damage that Bastion. It's also really good for, you know, some solo target healing if your Reinhardt is miles away but desperately needs some burst healing right now. So Fusion University making their way across that catwalk, and ATL, how are they going to respond to this? It's all about that rotation, making usage of that shield.
Yeah, Fusion University actually DM'd Defense Matrix that grenade, so Dogma not going to get that ultimate charge either. Sugar Free going to shoot through the window. Looks like Fusion University know exactly how to deal with this as they're getting closer and closer to Atlanta Academy, who have to reposition all of a sudden. I mean, you heard the Jaws music playing in the end, right?
Dun, dun.
Da, da, da,
Dun,
da. And you know, now we're just in a different position. Sugar Free popping up shop on the left side, and right now they're just dancing.
Yeah, it's a game of chicken right here. ATL already have that advantage in being the defenders and not having to swap comps, but Fusion trying to overcome them with that speed boost.
It's like just getting the lawnmower started. You pull that one time and it starts, you gotta go. Sugar Free still pretty good on that health, and the Mercy keeping him up there, but no confirmed kills from Fusion University themselves. The Coalescence is going to be the first ultimate that we see, but Sugar Free is going to be able to match that with tank mode, and with Gator nanoed and fortified. You know, it's not going to be doing a lot of damage coming from Fusion University, but now that the ultimates have depleted, it is an opportunity for both teams to get the picks that they need, as both divas getting something, but a little bit more coming from Atlanta Academy, as Gator not getting punished at all. The Bongo was out there too, so everyone has a little bit more damage. Fusion University having a very hard time dealing with this, as Hot's going to throw out that self-destruct. The Rock's going to block a lot of it, but the Graviton Surge coming from Fusion University might be evening these things up. Sugar Free going down means a lot of the damage from Atlanta Academy is no longer there, and Fusion University, you said it, Ham, they like the long fights. They want it to happen.
I mean, and especially with GOATs, you want to brawl. The longer you fight, the stronger you get. And now Fusion University rolling in. Bomb, Earth Shatter. Oh, and the Symmetra though, but Bernard sees that Omnic, able to take him out right away, and Fusion University looking well set to take this in record time.
Oh, again, Moxie doesn't turn into results. I like that they go for it, but a team like Fusion University aren't going to be as susceptible. We talked about it in pregame to these kinds of decisions. Earth Shatter not going to get much other than some nice graphics. Round 2 complete. Fusion University do have more time on the clock. They can lock things up by giving Atlanta Academy their first loss on Assault.
Oh, look at this decision-making from Nice. It's incredible. I mean, ATL, of course, they could say, oh, well, we forced Fusion to have to rotate around the wall by throwing out our self-destruct. But then you've already set up your shield expecting the engage on the left side. But Fusion University, with all of their, you know, hilarious oxymoronic tank mobility, can just go walk around that shield. They grab Fusion University. There is no way for Gator, or they just grab ATL. There's no way for Gator to protect that Bastion, and then he's, you know, just a fancy hood ornament there to Bernard's Zarya.
Fancy hood ornament.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome. I would buy that.
I would absolutely buy that.
Yeah,
Please,
like a Bastion head for my car. Yeah, totally. Atlanta Academy only have 1 minute on their attack. We actually saw this in our last game, where one team had a minute, the other had 6 minutes and 1 second. It's pretty similar here. Fusion University has 5 minutes and 46 on their upcoming attack. Atlanta Academy need a tick or they lose. So, like again, a draw means they still haven't lost on Assault, but a draw means they do lose out on first place. And with that kind of map differential, you really don't want that to happen.
No. Everybody's hoping for every single clean map win they can get, and Fusion University looking ready to deal ATL their first ever loss on Assault on Hanamura here as they head out with that GOATS comp. Nice back on the Mei. Really like this. Elk actually working that Ana really well. Even though you do lose the sound barrier, this player himself just does so much with her kit that it's well worth the sacrifice.
Yeah, the Mei, while unable to isolate anybody on the attacking team, actually just keeps them all inside. You're here with me. Atlanta Academy do deal with that, and while the wall again is going to split them up for just a little amount of time, Alarm's going to split them up by sending Dogman back to Spawn. You know, Alarm is winning that matchup pretty handily right now in terms of fragging out. Atlanta Academy, looking at their HP bars, they're going to have to try again with 20 seconds left. That's going to be very hard to do.
They will get one more shot, though, and I do like the fact that you bring up this head-to-head. I mean, again, team game, especially with GOATs, the head-to-head is not everything, but with 8 seconds left, oh my goodness, ATL, can they even make it here? Where is Ajax? Surely he's dancing.
The May going to block off one of the only entrance points for a lot of the characters, and Atlanta Academy are going to get their first loss as a Contenders team under Atlanta Academy here, because all they can get is a draw here on HamTornado, and a draw equals a series loss for them. So Philadelphia Fusion have locked up that #1 seed.
Yeah, Fusion University taking ATL all the way to school, it seems. Utterly cool, calm, collected, just like that May, even with all of those missed walls. Nobody saw that. But
they were for disruption.
Exactly, disrupting. You force them to waste time by walking around the wall.
You made them play your game.
Exactly. Yeah. It's all about, you know, controlling tempo, I would say. But ATL, you brought up that head-to-head Zenyatta, and I do believe Alarm has taken Dogman out 1v1 now at four times, I think. You see that pop up on the kill feed, and you know that the enemy's end has taken that finishing blow. So ATL getting a little bit stuffed, a little bit smothered. Their weaknesses, or excuse me, their strengths now seem a little bit like their weaknesses. Those funny, you know, out of the blue comps have started to turn into their weakness. Fusion University have read that playbook.
Yeah, and this is a team, again, that has experience in this situation. They've battled for first place plenty of times. They ended up winning the whole thing a couple other times, right? So they've been here. They know these high-pressure situations. Atlanta Academy is still learning that, and I think we're seeing some of that experience come into play as a beneficiary for Fusion University, and that lack of experience from Atlanta Academy keeping them down just a little bit.
Yeah, but maybe Sugar Freeze May this time around will be the difference maker for ATL. No Widow gracing the fields this time around, but that just means that Fusion University likely can fly with fly Naced with this Pharah. Oh no, actually he's like, nah, JK, we're gonna be swapping.
Yeah,
we're gonna be swapping, fam.
Scouting Pharah. With the Mercy, you know, just to make sure the scouting happens.
It's all about the debate. It's the mind game. But ATL, they know that the jig is up. So much time has passed. Fusion University have to be swapping to something different or not. Naced? Okay, no, it's going to be the Genji this time around. A really good choice here, even without the Zarya to combo with that Graviton Surge. Nice, going to be very good at taking down those Omnics with his sword.
Yeah, Snillo, you know, I do this all the time. It's who am I switching to? I don't know. And then Snillo finally does settle on to Sombra. So we got the Genji Sombra going on. The Dragon Blade EMP can be very strong. Genji, you know, at this level, definitely one of the best people to take out that Bastion and get that ult charge off of them as well. Static character is a really great way for that Dragon Blade to come out on top. And the way that things are going right now, Hawk's going to get DMAC very, very soon. This is a bad situation for Atlanta Academy, as they actually almost lost that out just from nice ankles and feet being on the point. They're unable to get back there. Fusion University win HamTornado, and Atlanta Academy their first loss and on Assault, and their first loss of the season.
ATL goes out not with a bang, but with a whimper. Feels bad. Could not rotate that Orisa comp onto the objective in time, Boop. And a lot of times it's like, okay, well, we see the Bastion, we see the Orisa. What's the game plan going to be? Of course, you could force it and run goats, not usually a losing proposition, or we could go with that shield break, pull out a Junkrat, pull out a Pharah. Sometimes you just go around the shield, man. I ain't playing your shield games. You get a Sombra, you get a Genji, pressure the point immediately. And you saw Hawk doing his due diligence as a diva, trying to contest that point, but between the sleeps and the focus fire, it just wasn't quite enough.
Yeah, we have 2 undefeated teams remaining. Fusion University in Group A and Group B with second wind on top. I don't know, I just wanted to say it. So anyway, Fusion University now own this group, and now it's all about making a statement here on our escort map. Bernard winning that Diva matchup. Hot playing well, but again, the way that Divas work is you got to function for what your team needs, right?
Exactly.
Like you said, those individual kills aren't everything. Sometimes you got to be peeling in the backline when you're getting those kills.
Yeah, sometimes the bomb kills don't tell the whole story. Unfortunately for Hawk and ATL, they will give up this series, but we have to remember remember that Fusion University down several maps in terms of that map differential. So if they could get, there's still something to play for right here. They sealed up that first place slot in the group, and now they want to patch up that map differential as well. If they could get a win here with that full sweep, it's going to feel good.
Yeah, definitely, especially against Atlanta Academy. And something else that Fusion University has done is they solidified themselves as a favorite going in the playoffs when we do get that bracket at the end of tomorrow. And so Fusion University, again, they look good. They've won this series. They've won this, they won the last map. It's 3-0. They've locked up that first seed. Atlanta Academy, they have got to feel good about their season. But this game isn't over yet. Atlanta Academy want to take that map away from Fusion University, get a little bit of revenge kills
Exactly.
there, right?
We've been sitting at second for too long, Atlanta. And yeah, and look at all of that orange, man. Philly orange.
God, I love orange. It's my favorite color.
It's beautiful. It goes really well with Route 66 set in the American Southwest. We're going next. We might see some Faro. I mean, we were teasing it a little bit earlier in our first series, but you think we're going to actually see some Bird of Prey now?
Maybe. We actually saw, I believe, was it Fusion hold their opponent to 0.00?
I think so.
Yeah, and so we might be seeing some awesome defenses. One thing about Route 66 and Dorado that I've really loved is teams are starting to attack a little bit sooner. They've noticed that they can lose a fight by spawn, get back to the bridge, or get back to a specific moment in time anyway. And I like that we're getting the action a lot sooner.
Oh yeah, the train cars are the favorite staging grounds of goats now. A lot of shrubs, to munch on, but yeah, I mean ATL right now, I feel like they're maybe just now getting a taste of that challenge, right? Because we talk about Contenders and the amazing ability of all these players, but we also have to look beyond just Contenders, beyond just this league globally speaking, and this is going to be a really good learning experience for ATL. We were able to get away with Symmetras and Bastions, before against the other teams, but Fusion University are like, there's still a lot to learn, young Padawan.
Well, I mean, that's also the reason why we don't say cheese in every game, right? Because there are, it's the math, right? We talk about how math is real every day, right? It's, there's a higher chance of winning if you run a certain comp. And when you're not running that, you have to do something else to make sure that it happens. Yeah. And when you're 5 weeks in, you lose that surprise aspect as well.
Exactly. And ATL now going to be drawing upon their banks to see what they'll come up with here on Route 66. You never know. We've seen Hanzos before. We've seen Widowmakers.
We saw quad DPS
literally
we saw
earlier
quad
today, DPS just earlier on, and Route 66 is somewhere where we can see that played. I believe it was the Guangzhou Seoul matchup where we saw both teams, actually, the Dynasty and the Charge, pulling out quad DPS on Route 66. So anything's possible. The sky's the limit. But Fusion University, for them, it looks like they're going to be keeping nice on this Sombra for a little bit of early scouting. Throws the translocator just in case. You never know. Sometimes I always forget. So ATL going to be rolling out, likely with their goats composition. It's going to be dive goats.
So Atlanta Academy, Saucy is not going to be on that Hanzo for much longer. We're going to see that Sonic Arrow be the reason why he was on that character. Fusion University going to be on that Sombra, and Sombra has been good on Route 66 ever since her inception. That Mega Pack and Big Earls is so valuable for both teams. When you can control it, you can control the tempo a lot of the time. Fusion University too, looking nice on that Sombra, already at 60% on that EMP, way ahead of even those supports. He's going to have that EMP here in just a second. That can just completely take Atlanta Academy off of this payload and keep them there. They know that win condition. They know that that's what they're going to be looking for, and there's no way Atlanta Academy knows this EMP has come this fast.
No, and you need a quick EMP when you're not running a Zarya. One way to take away everybody's abilities. There we have it. Nice lives.
But Saucy's going to get hacked the old-fashioned way, so there's going to be no protection with those particle barriers coming from the Zarya player of Atlanta Academy. And look at this nice racing him back to spawn to get one final kill, unable to do that. But that early EMP, I spoke too soon. That early EMP going to be valuable for Fusion University.
He was chasing, and able to find his target. Dogman going down, even though he has the trans, could not use it to save himself. Fusion University weathered that first attack really well, and another great staggered pick.
Man, this Sombra is sowing some discord into Atlanta Academy's comms right now. I'm sure it's like at this point they gotta know where Nice is, and the focus has been taken away from the other things they're used to in terms of getting that Goats comp done and focusing in on Nice not getting another EMP, which he's already lapped a couple members. He lapped Elk in that ult charge.
Yep, I mean, Elk's just been chilling, guarding the payload, but now ATL trying to push forward aggressively. Snillo meets them with that rally.
Oh, Elk surviving by the skin of his teeth there, able to get that armor pack in at the end. Fusion University now also have 3 ultimates to go with the upcoming EMP, and the payload has barely moved from the last one. So again, they have to predict that this EMP is coming. Toxic gonna get the Earth Shatter off right before he gets stunned. That's perfect timing from Fusion University. Transcendence now coming from Atlanta Academy, keeping them all alive. Gonna use that EMP a little early. Wanted to wait till that Transcendence came out a little bit later. And the same thing with that Sound Barrier. You want to get those shields away, but hey, at this level, you ain't gonna see that Sound Barrier until you see that EMP. Dogman with 264 HP, trying to get those orbs from above. Gonna get Alarm finally in that head-to-head matchup. That's gotta feel good. The Discord Orb also going down. Good management from Dogman. And so we're seeing why. Like, we're so excited for this matchup. Dogman can frag. It just, again, Fusion University did something to Atlanta Academy to make them just a little less confident.
Yeah, I'm curious if Nice will stay with this Sombra. It was working so well so 63. Early on. It's crazy, man. But ATL, to their credit, they've already played 3 matches against Fusion University. They're not going to be, you know, shuddering in their boots any longer. They are going to stick to their guns right here. Another great pickup onto Nice. That may prompt a swap. We do see Bernard back on the Diva, and Nice indeed will be picking up the Zarya. So you do give up a lot without the possibility of a Graviton Surge on hand, as ATL were able to meet all of Fusion's aggression with their 2 support ultimates without having to worry about that big unwilling hug.
Yeah, Atlanta Academy struggling to get to their ultimates, especially when they're dead. It's just cast a charge at that point. Fusion University have a couple of their own, gonna get the pin onto the Winston, and it does not run out of runway. He's gonna get that charge, not get the kill. Snillo getting another kill for Fusion University. Man, they, again, I'm gonna use the analogy, you're playing with Atlanta Academy like it's putty so far.
ATL thought that they had a big advantage right there, but Fusion University storming forward, holding them here at that cannon. Look at the peel though from Bernard. Nice, the rest of the team to save Chongsick. He maybe wasn't expecting that Winston charge to go so far, but Fusion there with the peel, keep him alive and up, and they hold once again.
Yeah, Atlanta Academy does have the Transcendence. They will have that Sound Barrier in no time as well. Fusion University can't say the same thing. That Transcendence is going to be a little bit faster. The Earth Shatter going to knock Dogman onto the ground. Elk going to get his counterpart Ajax in at the end, and now we're going to see Hawk get that self-destruct. Doesn't look like anyone is vulnerable, but after that Shield Bash, Chongsick is going to be going down. So this is an opening for Atlanta Academy to continue here on Route 66. The Transcendence side coming out from both teams. Alarm going to be getting a little bit more value as he goes second. Saucy going to drop that Graviton Surge and get value out of that as well. Saucy getting the sauce on the Fusion University. What kind is it? Is it a bolognese?
I'm guessing maybe like a vodka cream sauce.
Oh.
Strikes me. Anyhow, Saucy, though, definitely the boss of his sauce, dropping that despite-winning grab right there, recognizing Fusion University had expended all of the defensive ults they had, and so now they're looking very comfortable coming into point B. They still have that Sound Barrier and Earth Shatter.
Atlanta Academy kind of trying to keep the momentum. Fusion University trying to take it away. The Shield Bash was able to do it last time. Will it happen this time? Chongsick taken very, very low. And now the Sound Barrier going to be invested to keep Atlanta Academy alive on this point. It might be enough that Chongsick has gone down. Earth Shatter as well from a Gator trying to keep Fusion University off of this payload. Alarm fragging out, but that's going to be the only thing they get in their defense before they take the second point.
Look at that, though. ATL, that's, you know, some pretty good return on investment. They did get point B, but have Bupkiss coming into point C. Fusion University, we saw Elk come into that Sound Barrier, but with the early loss of Chongsick, he wisely held that back for the long siege battle to come. There's still 2 minutes and 30 seconds as well on the clock, so ATL looking pretty good.
Yeah, I just feel in Atlanta Academy are revving up to do something explosive. Fusion University going to be trying to do the same exact thing as the Graviton Surge from Nice will be the first to come out. A lot of people from University taking down very low, but not as low as Sugar Free. And Snillo as both Briggs are going back to base. Hawk's going to drop the self-destruct from the high ground, do it the fancy way, but not going to get any self-destruct kills. But Atlanta Academy are going to get the ones that they need to continue on the payload.
Yeah, still in this back and forth. ATL again coming on top of that dog pile. It got the long end of the stick, and Gator will have another Earth Shatter to his name. Sugar Free ready with that rally, and that's actually a crucial amount of buffer that's going to buy you the time and cushioning so that the other big tank ultimates can come up.
Will they be up in time? Toxic definitely will have his, with the rest of Fusion University struggling to get those take ultimates right now. Sugar Free and Sniller are going to knock each other on the ground. Earthshatter's coming both directions. X marks the spot, but more for a nice Sugar Free going back to spawn. Fusion University finally get a defense here. There's only a minute and 28 seconds left for Atlanta Academy to finish out 66.
The question now is Saucy very close to that grab. Is he going to try and all in on this next fight, or are ATL going to take a lost fight, bank everything in the very last second? That's a big question. If they wait too much longer, Fusion University are going to have a trance to answer. Alarm right now doesn't have it in hand. That's why Fusion University are pushing forward so aggressively right here, but no, it loses them Elks.
That is a beautiful first pick coming from a Saucy. Graviton Surge and the Transcendence is coming. Self-destruct, not going to get anything from Fusion University. Atlanta Academy still have that sound barrier. Fusion University have an Earthshatter, but who will win out in that ultimate game? It looks like Atlanta Academy don't need ultimates, as they're going to get a charge onto Chong-Sik, open up that hole with that Reinhardt shield being unavailable for them. Atlanta Academy getting very close to finishing Route 66.
Ooh, Fusion University, do they have a hope, a prayer? Atlanta has a sound barrier, and with that, Chong-Sik getting laid on his back by his counters. Earthshatter right there. There's one Elk trying desperately to stall out, but Hawk now, that bomb going to be picking up that jumping frog. Snillo not going to be too long for the world either. A Graviton Surge just lobbed out for style points. That's all right, as the Desperation Hammond comes through, but a Transcendence there.
Oh, now we're talking about defensive spawns, that they're very close to getting a couple picks. Fusion University are, but they have been able to secure them. If they were able to get Dogman, if they were able to get Gator back, they could have defended this. But with Sugar Free, you're seeing it here, 10-player kill streak. That means he hasn't died 10 assists or kills, just for you, the layman terms at home.
Oh, is that what that means?
But the reason why I say it, it shows the story of Atlanta Academy. That was not the case early on here, but as they were able to grab that momentum, they held on and took it to the end of the map.
Yeah, Fusion University zooming out with that Hammond and a Transcendence. That was really unexpected. I hadn't expected Alarm to get that trance up so quickly, but unfortunately, you shouted out defensive respawns, and it could have been such a huge boon to Fusion, but unfortunately, we saw that trance, leave our line of sight as they tried to push forward, chasing, kind of tunneling in on one kill, not recognizing, hey, if we keep this trance by our spawns, then every single person that, trickles out of our spawn is going to get some of this trance healing too. Maybe Fusion University getting a little too overeager in that moment, and by the time Chong-Sik reappeared, there was no support for him to be had.
Yeah, Chong-Sik didn't have that support. Dogman was fragging out there at the beginning, and we said he needed to do that if Atlanta was going to take the victory in the series, and unfortunately, it was a little too late for him, getting some frags there at the end. And, it's good to see, though. It's good. It's a good consolation prize.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you still got it in him. You're still an amazing player, regardless. Yeah. Like, these, again, folks, these are our two top teams in Group A. So, this is some very high-level Overwatch.
Well, and again, we talk about it. We keep going back to those 1v1 matchups. And when you're Fusion University going against the second-place team and you're winning consistently those 1v1 matchups, maybe not on Route 66, but consistently the rest of the time, going into this next stage, going into playoffs, you got to be good, because you might be facing Atlanta again in a later stage of the playoffs, and this is going to make you feel good about it.
Oh, yeah, certainly. And, kind of give yourself a little bit of that mental buffer heading into the slight break until we get into playoffs. That certainly will be coming through. I'm just so good. We've been so showered by great Overwatch and some off-meta comps as well. I just can't wait to see what more Pharahs, what more McCrees we start seeing, and Ashe as well. We have that to look forward to. But right now, Fusion University have, a potential map completion to look forward to themselves. They have to also complete out Route 66 if we are to go into more rounds. But Atlanta Academy, they set a blazing pace through Streets phase. They looked very held up around the third point, but they got the job done. And now Fusion University, can they accomplish the same?
Yep, they did not finish with any time in the bank, though. So Fusion University try to do a little bit better. I wonder what they're going to run here. They run some, interesting things on Assault. They ran some interesting things on Control. Nice hasn't played what I believe is a GOAT's character for the majority of this game so far. And when he was on Bernard's Diva.
Yeah. Exactly. He has really come into that DPS mantle, and now going to be showing that Sombra once again. May happen, may not. ATL going to be sticking with their bread and butter. Big fans of carbs. And with that Goats composition, Gator on the Winston for that added mobility. And Fusion University, of course, they're on the attack. They well could change up their spawn. It is there right there, so incredibly close. Try and switch things up until you find that winning combination.
Winning combination is going to get scouted out by the Sonic Arrow to start. Atlanta Academy know what they're up against. All of Fusion University were scouted out with that Sonic Arrow. And that's why that well-placed halt was there. Ajax is going to go it down. So Atlanta Academy going to be taking some casualties before the start. But Hawk, you know, arguably the most consistent on the team so far today, going to get those kills, but as of right now, it's trades, which is actually going to benefit the attacking team.
Ooh, and Bernard escapes 3 HP. I don't even know if he has dreams, probably just nightmares, but there we go. Buffed up again, back full and healthy as Fusion University again pulling out a quadruple DPS variant. Really like this. Snillo on the 76, bunkering on that payload applies a lot of pressure long distance, mid-long distance, but he can also plop down that biofield and heal up the tanks. And, you know, anybody who's running a little low can just harken back to that cart, get a little bit of that healing. Yeah,
Arissa is going to eat that healing right up, like our divas have been eating a ton of grabs throughout the season. Fusion University going to start this off with a kill onto Gator, so this is 6v5 for them. Snillo very close to that tack visor as well. The EMP tack used to be a huge thing, and I think he was expecting that EMP going to have to use it the old-fashioned way, get a little bit of a DMAG, and get Hawk in at the end. Snillo on that 76 showing a little bit of value, but it could have been a little more.
I mean, hey, if nothing else, he is certainly running distraction, because right now Fusion University,
that was cool,
literally and figuratively circling the wagons here. ATL trying really hard to focus down any single target, but they're so hard to catch as Chongsik of all people finds Dogman.
Oh, good EMP. I believe that catches the Tracer as well. Saucy was able to get out of there, but not for long. Nice playing some good Sombra throughout all of Route 66. Bernard taken very, very low. They're unable to get the last 20 HP off of the DPS player. Fusion University, well, not a DPS player, playing DPS for this game. Fusion University looking very strong with 4 minutes and 34 seconds left.
I love this. Bernard flexing onto the Pharah. Did you see what he did there? Hawk flew at him. Diva jaws open wide to swallow up any of those rockets. He concussions mines away, and then knowing that Hawk is out of both boost and matrix, barrages down on top of his head, gets the DMAC, gets the kill. Really good play.
It's like watching Mufasa fall from the cliff, right? When the Divas run out of, you know, booster, right? And so Fusion University gonna have to go with. Oh, wow. I was looking at the pulse bomb. Saucy going to get the kill. The Bongo not going to get very much value from Fusion University. Ajax getting a double kill there. That means the rest of the team has buttered up the rest of Fusion University to allow Ajax to get those final blows. Saucy and the Strays are doing some work.
And poor Chongsik now feeling what it's like to be a baby diva, getting staggered out. ATL swapping to that Tracer, a very wise swap. You go for even more mobility. And now Fusion University likely going to be swapping onto the Goats. Look, yes, indeed, Chongsik back on that Reinhardt. But given all of this, ATL will have a massive ult advantage. Fusion University know they have to be walking into a very tough fight.
Yeah, they want a junk rush or an eco push as Gator's going to get shield bash and forced to use that Primal Rage. So that's one ultimate down for Atlanta Academy. Hawk hasn't been finding the value in those self-destructs since the first map. Fusion University doesn't have anything on their side, so this attack for them is good enough, getting those ults out of the way from Atlanta Academy, particularly with that Transcendence. So they're able to get all the ultimates that Atlanta Academy had before this fight to be invested within it. Fusion University, though, having a hard time getting the ultimates of their own.
Yeah, they're getting closer right here, and indeed, Alarm's actually going to invest that Transcendence. Chongsik, you see him hammer swinging, trying to push forward, go in aggressive, but no, Elk being brought very low means that Fusion University going to have to back up for just a little bit, but ATL as well, ceding some space.
Well, they were very aggressive, and Fusion University were able to take that land a little bit faster than Atlanta Academy expected. Hawk is going to go back to spawn because of it. So 6v5, now Atlanta Academy have a decision. Hawk is going to be at spawn for a little bit longer. Is there enough time to come back onto this payload?
I mean, you're very, very close to that Sound Barrier and Transcendence. You may well just give it a go. Why not? You know you have no time on the bank, so you got to go and try and whittle down those seconds yourself.
Yeah, Chongsik getting taken very low. I do not believe the shield bash was able to connect. The Sound Barriers coming from both sides. Earthshatter going to knock Sugar Free onto the ground. Great particle barrier from the Zarya player on Atlanta. Transcendence is going to keep Sugar Free alive. Sugar Free should not be here right now for this world, but Hawk's going to get that self-destruct kill onto Alarm, even things up here. Fusion University down 2 members. Atlanta Academy taking advantage of that numbers advantage, and as you see, Hawk getting into the backline, getting very aggressive, knocking Snillo down. Snillo is going to go down eventually. Atlanta Academy have gotten this defense.
Yeah, ATL, that was a clutch trance from Dogman, buffing all of his team. Fusion University, anytime you're a Reinhardt going up against a dive goat, all the shatters are probably going to just be for free. You saw Changsik landing a massive one, but a free shatter does not mean free kills, as Dogman showed Fusion University right there. Really heads up, good play from that Zenyatta, and then the rest of ATL able to focus down Fusion University and hold once again with just a minute 20 left for Fusion.
Atlanta Academy only have the Graviton Surge after the rallies have been popped from on both sides. Graviton Surge is going to be dropped from Atlanta Academy. Nothing to back it up. It's self-destruct from Fusion University now. Going to clip the bridge, but not going to get any kills, except Dogman's going to get the first one of this fight. Going to get his team up in terms of that numbers advantage. The 6v4 for Atlanta Academy. Fusion University are going to have to try one more time to get this offense going.
Yeah, and they only have 60 seconds left to do it. Things are looking very, very dicey. ATL now with the ult economy advantage, with the positional advantage as well. We have seen teams spawn camped in this gorge, unable to leave their own spawn without expending ultimates, and Fusion University have none to give.
And so Ajax trying to push some damage into the backline, so close to that sound barrier. Will be getting it here in exactly 1 second. Ajax has the sound barrier for this fight. Self-destruct now out for Atlanta Academy. Hawk not going to get any kills from that, but Fusion University do have a Graviton Surge of their own along with an Earth Shatter. If you're able to layer those appropriately, that could be what you need to push Atlanta Academy back and get back onto this payload. With 21 seconds left, this is it for Fusion University if they want to maintain their presence here on Route 66. Nice with that Graviton Surge. Elk will have a sound barrier. This is, again, it for Fusion University. Have to win this fight, where Atlanta Academy is winning the map. As you see that music getting a little bit more intense with 5 seconds left, Fusion University are taking their time. They're going to be able to touch that payload. The Earth Shatter is going to get free. The Transcendence is there to counter right there. Second Earth Shatter coming from Atlanta Academy, going to find a little bit of value, but now the sound barrier from Fusion University are going to keep everyone alive except Snillo. Sound barrier coming in second. Atlanta Academy were able to use their ultimate second for the majority of this fight, and that might be why they're ahead on this fight right now. The Transcendence not going to be doing a lot, but it's going to be doing enough for Fusion University. As Changsik and Bernard are going to come back here. Atlanta Academy had an opportunity to take this fight, but in overtime, Fusion University pick it up.
Who in the 11th hour too, Boop, you saw right there is actually a great eat of the Graviton Surge by Hawk. Even though he wasn't picking up any kills with that self-destruct, able to waste more of Fusion University's time, but unfortunately for ATL, they will have to defend once again. However, there's only about, a little more than a minute to Fusion's name, so they really have to make this self-destruct and this Earth Shatter worth its weight in gold, as Saucy will be ready to throw in that grab when there's no shield.
Oh, here we go. The Graviton Surge, though, keeping Fusion University from aggressing onto a lot of Atlanta Academy. The casualty is Saucy, but that could have been worse for them. Fusion University still have that self-destruct Graviton Surge combo. Self-destruct going to be coming first from Atlanta Academy. The shield dash wasn't there, but it wasn't effective. Snillo now going to be trying to do that damage. Atlanta Academy going to be pushed back onto this defense. Fusion University maintaining that momentum on the payload, but are they going to finish the map?
Ooh, that was such a close thing. Sugar Free so close to getting that kill onto Changsik with the shield bash. Hawk trying desperately to buy a little bit of time for Atlanta to regroup here. Now they're going to be down self-destruct, but they have built up a Transcendence in this time. Fusion University, though, have that and even more. Nice on the high ground. He knows exactly where to throw this grab.
Oh, the Earth Shatter is going to come out from Atlanta Academy to start things off. The Transcendence from Fusion University going to keep everyone alive. And Alarm getting that first kill means Fusion University could finish this map. Earth Shatter from Changsik not going to get much from his own, but the rest of the team is there to back him up. Atlanta Academy only have 2 members left. They have to depend on these spawns, but I only see green bodies on the payload. But overtime was triggered. Sugar Free was able to get on the payload. Hawk is going to be next on that Hammond, but he's unable to maintain his presence on the payload. We're going to extra innings here on Route 66. Both teams finishing in overtime.
Really good stuff from Fusion University to cash their check into a map finish. Don't know if things would have been a little bit different if Hawk hadn't thrown out that early self-destruct. Didn't do much but buy more time off of the clock. If ATL could have gotten a clean wipe, Fusion University may well have been stopped in their tracks given their tiny time bank. But hey, past is the past. Today is a gift. That is why they call it the present. And right now, ATL have a minute, tied even with Fusion University, to try and get more distance here on Route 66. It's a whole new do-over, essentially.
I for some reason just imagined your voice as Mother Goose when you said that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know why. But Fusion University, they're probably not thinking about Mother Goose right now. Atlanta Academy is going to be on their minds instead, as the attacking team, since they're tied, the attacking team that went first is going to go first again. So Atlanta Academy have 1 minute, and we can expect Fusion University to hold up very close.
Yeah, most likely here. Nice back on that Sombra. And even though he didn't keep the Sombra through the rest of the map, it was so good at stopping up ATL here. I mean, it's very dangerous. Every time you go in 2 steps, that's more room you've given your Sombra to roam in your back line. So it's very dangerous. Anytime you could be taking bullets to the back of the head, and that's definitely going to be on Dogman's mind, figuratively and literally, as we open up here. Sugar-Free back on the Brigitte.
Yeah.
So Sugar-Free going to have to keep real close to the backline here just in case.
Yeah, Dogman, like you said, popped off here on Route 66. They're a big reason why they were able to finish the map, but Fusion University holding very, very close. Currently at 0.00 meters, we've seen the payload get held here before. Will it happen again? And nice already at EMP.
Man, this guy plays Sombra like the quickness. Very often we see Sombra's kind of death balling behind that Ryan shield, but not nice. He is always free ranging in the back line and will have an ultimate to show for it. The very first online, ATL, they only have 15 seconds left. They didn't take an aggressive push. If they get wiped here, it's game over.
That was a great EMP, getting a lot of the shield characters within it. Atlanta Academy are going to struggle to win this fight because of that AoE silence. And again, there's no way. I mean, maybe if you're really, really good and the communication is there, that they knew Nice had that EMP already.
Very possible, but regardless, Fusion University looking good to take this. Sugar-Free, just going, you know, hey, you gotta play this game as best as you can. He tried his darndest, but ATL will be stopped just around the curve.
It's like when you're playing a game and you think you've killed all the enemies, but the music is still going.
You
know, you're like, there's gotta be
what?
someone here, right? There's one more and you have to backtrack a little bit. Sugar-Free, you know, was cosplaying as that situation. Atlanta Academy, you know, at least they were not at 0.00, but they're definitely at a beatable place right now. 28.18 is the distance that they were able to achieve. Fusion University have the same time bank, but it looks like they're going to be going with a different team comp.
Different team comp, much more squishy, so if you die, hopefully you die fast, and Fusion University may be able to milk 2 pushes out of this time bank. Could have been the same for ATL, but they played that attack so passively that they really weren't helping themselves. You can't, the passive charge on ultimates is only so fast. You're not helping yourself by not doing any damage, so Fusion University have set themselves a beautiful win condition. The green box of victory beckons.
It beckons from far away.
Ooh, it wants blood.
Fusion University already winning the series and locking up the first seed for Group A going into playoffs in a couple weeks. Atlanta Academy will be that 2nd seed, but now it's all about bragging rights for Route 66, especially if you win it with quad DPS.
Oh yeah, no, that would be a very good thing to have in your history to draw upon later, as Fusion University look ready to attack from all angles. The multi-gun howitzer, you may call it.
Elk almost getting that leading kill. We've seen that win a point before on Hanamura, but Fusion University, Elk will be back on another older sniper, which will be that Anna. Fusion University still rocking that quad DPS though, so that headshot not only gave information, I think it gave a little bit of intimidation as well into Atlanta Academy. Sugar-Free getting taken very low. Any casualty from Atlanta Academy just opens up the victory for Fusion University. With 33 seconds left, we are in 1-fight territory right now. Alarm getting Gator into the end. That's a big noggin for him to get that arrow into, but the body's going to be enough. It's 2 kills coming from Fusion University. This is a 5v4 right now. This is going to be an easy take on this yellow box of victory. Yeah, Fusion University will be sweeping Atlanta Academy in the end here. A dominant performance in this first place matchup.
Doing it with style right here. Gator's going to give it his all on the Hammond, but there we have it. Fusion University taking it feels like an easy win if you just now joined us here in North American Contenders, but we actually battled through an entire map completion before that from both sides, but Fusion University with the winning combo in the end.
Yeah, both teams, you know, had their moments of struggle, but Fusion University was more consistent overall. We talked about at the beginning of the game, they wanted to play a longer fight. They wanted to extend these fights because that's what they've practiced, right? You said Atlanta Academy, they're better at these, like, we're going to go and we're going to make it happen, right? Fusion University are a little bit better, you know, they're the note takers, right? They're the ones that, you know, verbatim, you know, they'll write the notes and then present those notes, right? That paid off here. Yeah,
it's certainly one of the reasons that they play GOATs so well, but it actually wasn't on GOATs that they were shining all this series. It was on quad DPS, on Pharmacy and Sombra of all things. I'm just like, my whole face is getting tons of exercise right now because I'm smiling because I'm so happy that we see, you know, Soldier 76 back finally embrace me. It's just a really good pick all around too, and you could see, you know, the thinking behind it. Oh, well, we're going with that sustainability, but it's all about multi-angle, long-distance damage. There's no way that goats can come at you. They're just going to be feeding themselves onto your bullets.
Well, unless Goats is able to get an early pick or take someone down early, because if that was the case, we'd see quad DPS everywhere, right? It is a counter, particularly on Route 66, but in the end, Goats is still a better team comp. You're going to see these quad DPS switch anyway for Streets phase regardless.
Yeah, that is what you give up is, hey, if this Gambit doesn't work, maybe how many pushes are you going to give it? 1 push, 2 push? At what point do you have to swap your entire team? And it is because of the versatility of Goats. You know, you can counter an entirely different comp just by swapping your main tank to a Winston. That's one of the reasons that we see this composition played so much today. But there's hope for the future because Fusion University is showing us in the hands of the right players. Man, that Sombra.
Oh yeah, 3 EMPs in like a minute and a half. That's
crazy.
Pretty good. That's pretty good lap to support ultimate charge. But that is going to be it for game 2 with Fusion University sweeping 4-0 against Atlanta Academy. But that's not it for us. Avast and ZP are going to be back for game 3, which is going to be Uprising Academy versus First Generation. We'll see you all soon.